This is what I've written. Wrecked, wrecked, wrecked. On an island in the tropics, the following. The Honourable Ernest Woolley, the Reverend John Traherne and ladies, Mary Catherine and Agatha Lazenby, and 2 servants. We were all that's left of the party that was upon Lord Lone's steamboat Bluebell, who encountered a gale and was wrecked. The crew acted bravely and put us into the first boat. What became of them is uncertain. But we, after terrible sufferings and insufficiently clad in whatever garments we could grab hold of in the dark,
Please don't describe our garments.
made it ashore. We've only lost one of our party, namely Lord Lone, who in a gallant attempt flung his life away trying to save a servant who fell overboard.
But, Ernest, it was Crichton who jumped overboard trying to save Father.
Yes, but it was terribly silly of Uncle to throw away his life like that, trying to get into the lifeboat first. Anyway, I thought if these papers were to be printed in England as a peer of the realm, you know.
Ernest, that is very thoughtful of you.
The cries of tiger cats and the hissing of snakes terrifies us all. Terrifies the ladies. Against which we have no weapons apart from one hatchet. A bucket washed ashore the other day, and it's namely our only comfortable seat.
And Ernest is sitting on it.
Oh, hush, do be quiet. Our sufferings are made worse by the night falling suddenly in these parts, and that's when the animals prowl and roar.
Have you said that vampire bats suck the blood from our toes as we sleep?
No. Rescue us or we perish. Rich Ward, Honourable Ernest Woolley, in charge of our little party. I took this out of a book of poetry Crichton had in his pocket. Imagine Crichton as a reader of poetry. Anyway, just get this out to the tide. The post is coming. Crichton! Crichton!
Anything wrong, sir?
Crichton, the tide is a postman that calls at our little island twice a day for letters.
Thank you, sir.
Poor Crichton, I think he's losing a sense of humour. Come along, Agatha.
How horribly still it is. It is best when it is still. Mary, I have heard that they are often very still just before they jump. Don't. It's only Crichton knocking down trees. Mary, let us go be near him. Let a servant see that I am afraid. Don't then, but remember this, dear. They often jump on one from above. Crichton! Crichton!
Did you call, madam?
I? Why should I?
Beg your pardon, my lady, I made a mistake. If your ladyship is afraid of being
Afraid? Certainly not. You may go. I wish, Crichton, you could work without getting so hot.
So do I, my lady.
It makes me want to look at you.
Well, it makes me almost cool to look at your ladyship.
Anything I can do for you in that way, Crichton, I shall do with pleasure.
Thank you, my lady. My lady, do not give up hope.
My poor father.
If I could have given my life for his.
You did all that you could. Indeed, I thank you, Crichton. You are a man.
Thank you, my lady.
But it is all so awful. Tell me, is there any hope of a ship coming?
Of course there is, my lady.
I'm not to be treated as a child. I've got to know the worst and to face it. Crichton, the truth.
We were driven off of our course, my lady. I fear far from the track of commerce.
Thank you. I understand.
You're a good Pluckton, my lady.
Thank you. I shall try to be. Crichton, how dare you?
I'm sorry, but you are. And until a ship comes, we are 3 men who are going to do our best for you ladies.
Mr. Ernest does no work.
Oh, but he will.
I doubt it.
No work, no dinner will make a great change in Mr. Ernest.
No work, no... Crichton, when did you invent that rule?
I didn't, my lady. I find it growing all over the island.
Crichton, your manner strikes me as curious.
Oh, well, I should certainly hope not, my lady.
You are not meaning to say anything so unnatural, I presume, as in, if I and my sisters do no work, there'll be no dinner for us.
Oh, well, if it is unnatural, my lady, then that is an end to it.
If, now I understand, the perfect servant at home holds of your equal now, I see.
My lady, can you think me so inconsistent?
That is it.
My lady, I disbelieved in equality at home because it was against nature. And for that reason, I utterly disbelieve it on an island.
I apologize.
There must always be one to command and others to obey.
One to command, others to obey, yes. Crichton!
What is it, my lady?
Look what I found.
Coconuts! Bravo!
They grow in the trees.
Where did you think they were?
I thought they grew on sticks on the ground.
Oh, Tweeny, Tweeny.
Have I offended your feelings again, sir?
A little.
I'm full of vulgar words and ways, and I try to keep them inside when I'm around you, but sometimes they just burst out of me, like beetles in a dark house. And I say things in my head. I say things like bloomin', and oh my eye, and nothing, and ginger. The entire time we were being wrecked. The only thing I could think of was, God, I hope we're going to be wrecked somewhere where it's natural for one to be vulgar. Because that's the kind of person I am, sir. I'm hopeless. And you'd be best to just give me up.
I won't give you up. It's unusual that one so common should attract one so fastidious, but there it is. There is something about you, Tweeny. There's a certain je ne sais quoi about you.
Is there? I'm glad.
We shall fight for your vulgarity together. Now, get me some dry grass.
What's that?
This is a glass from my watch and another from Mr. Treherne's. I'm going to try to kindle a fire with it.
Oh, sir!
David, where's the cat? Where?
It's just out the heels!
Look out, look out, look out! Listen! Look, 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 look! The grass is being required! Ideas! Ideas, hurry! Ideas, my dear! Oh! Glad to see you, sir!
Uncle! Dear old uncle!
Ernest thought you were a tiny cat.
Did you, Ernest? I knew you at once. I knew you by the way you ran.
My lord, I am glad.
You're also idling, Crichton. There's no time to waste. To work. To work.
Yes.
Ernest, be a little more civil, Crichton. Let me help.
No. Is that... I suppose I'm dreaming again. It's not a pot on top of a fire, is it?
Indeed it is, dearest. It is our supper.
Oh, I've dreamt a pot on top of a fire for 2 days now. There's nothing in it, is there?
Sniff, uncle.
Oh, it smells of onions.
Father, you have boots. So he has.
Yes, of course I have.
Oh, that's very dangerous, uncle. We've all abandoned them.
Yes. So I see.
The climate, the arteries, the blood. But you'd know, yes?
Oh, well, I hadn't the notion.
Oh, yes. Well,
Father, he's trying to get your boots from you. There's nothing in the world we wouldn't give for boots.
I only wanted a loan of them.
If you lend them to anyone, it will be to us, won't you, Father?
Of course it will, my dear, yes.
Perhaps I could just have one boot?
No.
Fine, well, didn't want your old boots anyway.
Father, we thought we should never see you again.
I was washed ashore, clinging to the side of a hen coop. How awful that first night was.
Poor Father.
When I woke, I just wept. And then I remember feeling very hungry. There was a large turtle before me on the beach. I remembered from the Swiss Family Robinson that if you are to turn a turtle on its side, then it will be helpless. Well, I crawled towards him and flung myself on him. Oh, the nasty, spiteful brute.
You didn't turn him over.
The senseless thing wouldn't wait. None of them would wait.
We would have been as badly off if it hadn't been for Crichton.
Don't praise Crichton.
How did then those beastly monkeys? I always understood that if you are to throw a stone at a monkey, he would retaliate by flinging a coconut back at you. Well, know, I must have thrown 100 stones, and not one of them had sufficient intelligence to grasp my meaning. Oh, how I longed for Crichton then.
For us also, Father?
Oh, for you also, my dear. And then I tried for hours to make a fire. The authors always say that if you're wrecked on an island, then one can obtain fire by rubbing 2 pieces of stick together. Well, liars, the lot of them.
And all this time you thought you were the only person on the island?
Yes, my dear. That wasn't until this morning. I was down by one of the pools. I catching little fishes. I used to catch them in my hat, And then there before me in the sand, there was a
What?
hairpin.
A hairpin? It must be one of ours. Give it to me,
No,
Father.
it's mine.
No, I didn't keep it.
Didn't keep it? Found a hairpin on an island and didn't keep it?
Oh, Father, we have returned to nature more than you bargained for.
A shame, Anna. Father, there's something I want you to do at once. I need for you to assert your position as the chief person on the island.
Oh, well, you will presume to question it.
She must be in earnest. Must I?
Oh, it's cruel to say anything against Ernest.
Anyone wishes to question my position, I'll make short work of him, I'll tell you that.
Oh, here comes Ernest. Now see if you can say these horrible things to his face.
I will teach you his place at once.
But how?
I just thought of an extremely amusing way to do it.